Hi everyone, my name is Christina and I chose to do my emerging trend presentation on 3D printing. An interesting fact about the topic that I chose is that 3D printers have actually been around for quite some time now, for 30 years. But it's becoming an emerging trend now because barriers like cost are breaking down and the size of the machines are a lot smaller. So now it's more available to the public and for schools to use. I think this is great because now these printers will be a more affordable and efficient tool for students to experiment with. This cartoon is kind of like a representation of that. The sky is easily creating more 3D printing machines, just like how the machines are being more accessible to society. 3D printing really stood out to me because it has amazing capabilities. It allows you to turn your ideas into reality. Just like this picture of a piece of steak. I don't eat meat, but let's just say you're a carnivore and you're craving a steak. Once the idea pops into your mind that you want a piece of meat, the printer will actually print out a real-life steak representation for you. But the items that come out of a 3D printer are not edible, so please don't eat them. Just making sure that you know. 3D printers are capable of using one or more types of raw materials to create objects. These materials include plastic, metal, resin, and polymers. It also reminded me of how people thought it was so cool when movies came out in 3D. And then you also got those free 3D glasses. So I felt like 3D printing would attract students in this day and age as well. Even though there are no glasses involved in this, I feel like students will still find it an interesting gadget to experiment with in class. 3D printing is the process of taking virtual creations on a computer and taking those representations and sending them to a printer which lays down layers of material to build a representation of the object. And later on you'll see a video that I have and you'll get to see how that works. What's great about this is that now learning can be linked to real life items and essentially these items become a mnemonic. A mnemonic is basically a device such as patterns or letters that assist in remembering things. The fact that 3D printing is giving students the opportunity to create real objects from their own creativity, from their own mind, and from their own designs, it will give them a sense of accomplishment and achievement. So there's a small learning curve when introducing 3D printing to education. It's learning very simple software and the machines themselves are easy to use once you have background knowledge on them. Advances in resources available for teachers and other education professionals are also making 3D printing more accessible. Teachers can now download design software and access it through tablets and cell phones. Easy tutorials for beginning teachers and students are available if they don't have the basic knowledge of the technology. 3D printing software is now more user-friendly than it was 2 years ago, which makes it easier and more ideal for younger students to grasp. Innovative apps for cell phones and tablets make it simple and efficient to create designs and send them to a 3D printer for production. These apps build up students' skills using design platforms, but the main reason why 3D printers are able to positively influence their learning process in design is the ability to learn through trial and error. 3D printing has also been a useful tool in STEM classes. If some of you don't know what STEM means, it stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. These types of classes tend to be very abstract and difficult for kids. It's a world of numbers that need to be memorized and understood. This is why teachers are using 3D printers, to make STEM education more fun and more enticing for students. It allows them to become more involved in their work and in the making process. Students can explore the link between software and print, between their imagination and a machine that makes it real. This is not only fun for them, but it will give them a pure connection with technology. What's even better is that 3D printing is revolutionizing education inside the classrooms because of its versatility. Here are some ways 3D printing has caught the attention of educators who are looking into ways to incorporate it into their teaching. Engineer students can design and print out prototypes. Architecture students can print out 3D models of their own creative designs. History classes can print out historical artifacts for examination. Graphic design students can print out their versions of artwork. Chemistry students can print out 3D models of molecules. Biology students can print out cells and organs. and even fun classes like cooking can allow students to design molds for ices and gelatins. So here I have a small clip of students being introduced to creating 3D dinosaurs, and it's pretty much a video to get them interested into learning about science. So I'm just going to skip a little bit over here.
I didn't think that we were going to go as far as to make dinosaurs with 3D printing. We're literally printing a skeleton.
Capturing dinosaurs is the first time the museum has tried to use digital fabrication as a way to teach young people about science, specifically about paleontology. They are being given a group of real fossils. Along with these bones, they're being given the tools to be able to create 3D models of them.
What's really cool and sort of unique about this program is you get to go to places that the public do not have access to normally. You also get to meet real scientists.
We got to see where they prep the fossils. We got to see all the places they scan 3D in the museum. We got to see all this really cool stuff that I never even knew they had.
To be able to say that you actually held a dinosaur fossil, it was exciting.
The paleontology department was kind enough to give us a lot of the bones from Allosaurus, which is from the Jurassic. Part of the program was that we did not tell them the animal that they were scanning, so part of the puzzle was looking at the bones that they were scanning and trying to figure out which dinosaur did it come from. A lot of students thought it was T-Rex, some thought it came from a long-necked sauropod.
Our classroom is actually the Museum of Natural History. The students are able to go out into the halls and look at the actual exhibits when they have a question about, for instance, how did the Allosaurus hold its hand?
The youth took literally between 5,000 to 6,000 photos, which were then turned into about 150 different models. Every time they were taking a photo, every time they looked at a model, every time they tried to stitch those models together, they were looking with careful detail at minute aspects of those bones. The same thing that paleontologists do.
It really taught me how paleontologists reconstruct and study dinosaurs and how they have to deal with disarticulated bones from different individuals and broken bones.
I didn't expect to see what we put together to actually come out. It was really precise.
The fact that I was able to remake the bone was really exciting and just amazing.
It has inspired me to maybe one day even go to college for paleontology. I always thought that I always wanted to work with technology, but now after doing this, I learned that I can do both of them together, that I feel that I can do this.
So I specifically chose this video because it shows the students' opinions and reactions to 3D printing. These students sounded fascinated with it, and it got them really engaged. The best part was that it sparked a student to even think about getting a college degree in paleontology and actually pursuing a career in it. I think that is really amazing, and that is what we strive to do as educators. We want to inspire and motivate our students to become something in this world. We want to let them know that they are capable of being their own boss one day, or even being an influential person to a younger student. Kids have the ability to do so many things in this world with the help of technology, and 3D printing is obvious proof of it. Essentially, our students are our main focus. We have to accommodate and modify our teachings to fit to what they find interesting, cool, and fun. So if introducing them to 3D technology is what intrigues and sparks them to accomplish their work, then I'm all for it. With 3D printing, students are actively learning and involving themselves in hands-on activities, which of course helps them learn faster and better. Well, this is my presentation on 3D printing. I hope you guys got a lot out of it, just as I did when I was doing my research. Hopefully a lot of you will use this as one of your technology tools in the future with your kiddos. I feel like they would have a blast with it, especially with more difficult subjects like math and subject. Oh, and science. Sorry, thank you.